to the computer. Okay, we are recording. I don't want to keep you guys too long because obviously it's the end of the month and I want us all to get to work as quickly as possible. However, I want to speak some life into you guys and I want to pump you up and I want to be real and raw and honest with you guys. You are in my chat. So you know that this morning my headspace was not good. I was not in a place where I'm kind of ashamed to admit where I was when I woke up and I looked at my numbers. I was so unbelievably upset with myself. I have had one of my best months, you guys. And I want to start out by saying that. Like literally I personally have signed over 2,700 in volume by myself. New loyal customers. I've signed 15 today distributors. 15 distributors this month. My goal is 20, okay? And you guys know this. I'm not saying this to gloat. I'm saying this so that you understand this has been one of my best months, right? And then boom, my goal was 150,000 in volume. And you guys know I keep it real with you every single month. So my goal was 150,000 in volume by the 25th. It wasn't even at 100, guys. In fact, it was barely over 90. And I'm not complaining about my numbers. You guys might be sitting here like, I'm a Ruby and you're complaining about 90,000. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is everything in this month was set up to go correctly, right? So what the heck went wrong? What the heck, where did the volume go? Where did my mindset go? Where did all of this negativity set in? And I want to talk to you guys about this because I know that every single one of you have been there. And if you haven't yet been there, you will be, okay? And that's like one of the most discouraging things that you can hear is like, you might be on top of the world right now and you're sitting here like, Rochelle, why are you talking about negativity? Why are you talking about your volume being low? And here's the thing. Eventually, at some point in your business, there will be something that goes wrong that you will feel defeated. You will feel scared. You will feel, what in the world is happening? I'm doing everything and anything that I am supposed to be doing, and this isn't working, right? And so when this happens, it becomes something that you need to learn. It's a skill. You need to learn exactly what you need to do when this happens. And for me, that is normally like putting in my headphones or, going on a run and listening to self-development or putting my nose in a book for a couple hours. But today, Huntley was sicker than sick. She is teething so bad, you guys, that I literally could not set her down. And on the 25th of the month, that's terrifying, right? I'm a mama first. A lot of us are mamas first. So we have to be, we have to prioritize our time. And obviously, haven't showered, haven't done anything for me all day long. And literally 20 minutes before this call, I started reading my book, 20 minutes. This is the first time I got to do self-development all day. And for 20 minutes, I read this. And I'm not even kidding you. I have to share with you what the first page of this was. So it's called Your Passion. This is a book that I've been reading for a while. It's fervent. It's actually specific about prayer strategies, but this is really good. And I'm going to read it for you guys because I need you to understand like how much I needed this. And so before I get into like everything else, I really think that this will help some of you too. Okay. Passion is what pushes the athlete to run one more lap, to crunch through one more step of the reps, or one more set of reps. It's what silences those screaming, sorry guys, I'm like, okay. It's what silences those screaming thigh and stomach muscles, making them do what their owner demands of them, no matter how loudly they complain. Passion is what keeps a piano player anchored to the practice bench when no one else is around to notice the effort or give a pat on the back for approval. Passion is what inspires the eager young employee to outperform expectations instead of just punching the clock to earn a paycheck like everybody else. Passion is what burns up the road between a child in danger and a parent in pursuit. It glows red hot and goes on driving and grows even larger and larger the obstacles become. Passion is the fuel in the engine of your purpose. It's your want to. It's what keeps you going when mundane tasks bore you or difficult ones dissuade you. Passion is what keeps you moving in the direction your best intentions want to go. That's why, if I were your enemy, I'd make stealing your passion one of my primary goals, because I know if I could dim your passion, I could significantly lower your resistance to temptation and discouragement. I'm going to stop right there. When I was reading this, you guys, I burst into tears because I needed to read about passion. I needed to read about my why. I needed to read about playing small. Okay. And I don't know if you got anything out of that, but for me, what I got out of that is I am playing so unbelievably small. My passion has dimmed. And I'm not saying like my passion for the business has dimmed. I'm not saying that I'm like, I don't want to do the work. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I get caught up going through these motions and through these goals every single month that sometimes I forget the bigger picture of why I do this. Instead of just to get 20 people on my team, instead of just to get 150,000 in volume, how many lives are we going to change to get that? How many lives are we going to impact by doing that? And, you know, I think the biggest thing for us is what I want you guys to understand is that knowing your why and what feeds your passion is literally the one and only thing that is going to get you through hard times. So you might have woke up this morning and your numbers look great. Maybe you're 120 from Ruby, because I know there are some people on here that are literally hundreds away from their promotion. And you guys, I want this to fire you up so much that you literally get off this and message your little heart out and you get there by the end of tonight. I don't want this to discourage you. What I want this to do is show you that you have to hold close to that why. And if you don't know what that is, because for the first time today, again, I was challenged of like, okay, all of our whys have been met so far. For me, in my business, all of our whys so far have been met. So what's our next why? Because we're in this beautiful house with this beautiful pool. And I'm not even kidding you. Every single second that Brian gets, he runs out and jumps in it. He hasn't even changed out of his bathing suit this entire time that we've been here. My point of that is the man needs a pool. The man needs a house. Like, he needs these things. He needs them so bad. It's not even funny. And I'm not saying like that he needs like $1 million home. Does he deserve one? Yes. But my point is my why has shifted now to be like, okay, we're doing everything that we're supposed to be doing, or that we've wanted to do. We've checked off all of those things, but what's next? And I think the biggest thing for me is I want to have another baby. Whew, guys, I might get a little bit emotional. I want to have another baby so bad. Obviously not right now because we're traveling and there's so much things going on. But in order for me to do that, I need, especially with us both being full-time, right? I need on the 25th to be a strong presidential diamond, and he needs to be a strong triple diamond. And right now, that is not where we're at. And I am not afraid to admit that because I know that we've got some work to do. And I know that this team is so fresh. And you guys, this new blood, you guys are killing it. It is not even funny. I can't even tell you in my reports. It is just 100 BV orders, 100 BV orders, 100 BV orders. You guys are on fire. That being said, we all have to keep that fire. And so what I want you guys to do when you get off this call tonight is, and I've had you guys do this before in the past, but I really, really want you to take the time to do this. On the 25th, for me, it's a time to get organized. It's a time to connect with my team. It's a time to really strategize where we're going and what we're doing. Even if I were already back to ranks today, I would still be strategizing who's the closest to promotion, who wants this, who's running, and I would be strategizing and getting ready to help those people do that. I'm still doing that today, but my point is the 25th is a day that it seems like it's wasted for me because I'm like, I haven't done anything for my own business. Like, oh my gosh, I got to get some volume in. Yet pouring into my team and connecting with all of you is actually more important. So I want you guys to remember that too. You may be feeling right now like, okay, I have 1,000 to get back to my rank. That's all on me. I can do that, blah, blah, blah. But what if you took some time to reach out to those people? Maybe they quit 6 months ago. But what if you went back to them today and said, listen, I know that sometimes life gets really hard and sometimes we just don't have time for things. But if I just want to put this bug in your ear. If you're at all still needing to make an extra income, I am looking for people to run with, and I want to run with you. Do you want to do this with me? Boom. It's like you just signed a new distributor. They may say no, they may ghost you, but they may say yes. So don't ever decide for somebody else that this business might not be for them anymore. Also, maybe you have somebody on your chart, 3, 4, 5. I think Summer's on here. I just saw her. Summer is literally like 13, like my line 13. She's a double diamond on this team. And she is literally like 13 down. I did not sign Summer, but you know how I found her? Literally had no volume under her, had been in the business, I think 4 or 5 months without doing a single thing. And I was like, hey girl, I'm looking for runners. Didn't sign her, you guys. I just reached out to her in my tree viewer one day. And I was like, hey girl, I'm looking for runners. Are you ready to go? And she's literally a double diamond on this team now. So I want you to, I don't want you to ever give up on the ones that are below you as well, even if you didn't sign them. So keep that in mind. What to be doing? Because I think right now, I have been so focused on helping my team and you guys getting your minds right and making sure that your mindset is correct, that I think a lot of the times our minds are great, right? Now we're like ready. We're ready to run. We're good to go. Our minds are in it. But it's the work that we're lacking right now. And I'm not saying that you guys aren't working. What I'm saying is sometimes it's really hard to focus on everything at once, right? So you start focusing on your mindset and you're like, I'm on top of the world. Like I can do anything, but I'm not signing anybody. And then you're like, but why am I not signing anybody? And then all of a sudden you start counting your messages that you thought you sent like out 100 a day and you've been sending out like 50 a day, or maybe you've been sending out 22 a day. And it becomes, you go through these motions, but maybe you're not following through. Maybe you're sending out 100 messages a day, but you're not following up. You're not following through with that. So every single time that I've promoted you guys, every single time, the last 5 days of the month, I don't know what it is. Something just kicks into high gear. I literally follow up like every hour, which seems like insane, right? You're like, okay, let's not like scare them away with how much you're following up. But my point is that passion and that excitement behind the end of the month flows to those potentials. So if you're going to them and you're saying, oh my gosh, this deal is incredible right now. I know you're still on the fence, but let's get you in the system today. Let's lock in this discount. What can you do today? Or can I count on your order this month? I am up for a huge promotion that is going to ABC. You guys, when I was promoting to presidential, I remember I told people this was going to fund our trip, our dream trip across the country. Like we are going to be able to be a full-time family on the road. Okay, and you know what? There's no shame in telling people your goals, because I can't tell you how many people still support me today. And they're just like, I'm obsessed with the keto coffee and chocolate greens, but I also just love supporting you and your family. Don't be afraid to get to know these people. Don't just look at them as volume. Find out their goals, pick a pack of products that is going to help them with their goals and be confident with it, and they're going to go with it. Don't just think that, okay, well, I just need volume. Anything's going to work. Go high, then go low. If they can't do a pack, then we go lower. And we just remember to always, like if they're like, I can't do it today, I can do it on the 1st. Okay, because you guys are probably getting this all the time, right? So, okay, that's totally fine. Let's get you set up on like one bag of coffee, the sample bag of coffee for $39. Can you swing it? That's going to lock in my discount. You guys see what I'm saying? It's all about the urgency. It's all about excitement. The other thing that you can be doing to pull in volume is by reaching out to your distributors. Maybe they're not working at all, but maybe they love the products. A lot of my distributors were loyal customers before they came on board. Okay, so maybe they joined and then they decided that this wasn't for them for whatever reason, but they still love the products. I've had so many of them be embarrassed to come back to me to order products because the business wasn't for them. I go to those distributors. Wherever you need that volume, you go to them and you say, hey, are you in need of restocking anything? I'm up for a huge goal. I know the business might be for you or might not be for you, but are you in need of restocking anything? Or would you be willing to put up a post for me? Let's use their network. Don't be afraid to reach back out to those people. A lot of things that comes up at the end of the month is maybe you have already exhausted everybody. Maybe you've literally followed up like 70,000 times and there's just and you just need some new blood. go back through all of your hat posts from like forever ago. Like literally sometimes I will sit there and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll all the way back to like January of hat posts. And I will start with the people that commented on the hats, and I will ask them to do a hat for me. Okay. So like now you're asking those people that are in the, like you're never running out of people to ask. If you're not asking your loyal customers to do hats for you, start tonight. Every single loyal customer that comes into your organization, you say, okay, thank you so much. Here's how you log in, blah, 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 blah. You give them the spiel or whatever. Thank you for your order. The next day, hey girl, I got a quick question for you. I know you're going to love this coffee. I got a quick question for you. Yeah, what is it? Would you be willing to throw this up? I'm doing a $500 giveaway. You guys, that's another thing. Throw out this $500 giveaway like it is the biggest deal in the world. I'm probably the worst example right now because the next thing I was going to say is to be posting way like 10 times more than normal. And I literally haven't made a post all day. So that's like shame on me, but I'm getting there. I promise you. I'm getting there. I've had a very, very rough day, but I am not going to let it ruin my night, and I am not going to sleep. I have gotten 2 customers in the system today. I got 8 more to go. If you guys saw me saw my message in the chat this morning, my goal was 10, and I will not go to bed until I get it. Because here's the thing. You have to find that passion. And I'm willing to bet you that if you're going for a rank, if you've lost rank and you're getting that rank back, there was a reason why you started this. There was a reason why you decided to do this. And then that reason got even bigger. And then other things might have changed and life might have happened. And you have to continue to always find the reason to keep going. It's the same thing. Carrie Young says this all the time, and I always use it, but I have to tell you guys again. If you're mamas, Carrie Young says that if somebody, or even if you're like aunts or uncles, or like listen up, if somebody kidnapped your kids and they were like, hey girl, until you go diamond, you're not getting your kids back. Straight up. I know you guys might be like rolling your eyes and thinking this is stupid, or like that's a horrifying analogy, because I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, that's like the worst thing ever to even, like, let's not even talk about Huntley being kidnapped. Like I would die. But you better believe that if someone was like, hey, if you don't get back to presidential, you're not getting your daughter back, what would you do? Because I'd be back to presidential tonight, right? You would do anything in this world for your kids or your family member or your husband or whatever. So why in the world are we letting a certain amount of volume, or somebody not working, or somebody canceling out, or somebody quitting? Why are we allowing that to hold us back from our goals and our dreams? I also want you to write down tonight what amount of paycheck you need. We've done this in the past, you guys. This is things that, like, I know a lot of you that are on here that are seasoned, you're like, I've literally heard all of this. But here's the thing. The more that you hear it, for me at least, I have to hear things over and over and over and over again, so that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like when I did that, this is what happened. So, shoot, I just lost my train of thought. There was something I was going to say.
Paycheck.
Oh, paycheck. Thank you, Summer. Write out a paycheck addressed to yourself. Like you guys, I had to look up a paycheck online. I haven't written checks. Like I don't have checks like at all. Like paid to the order of Rochelle and Brian. Write out the amount of money that you need and get after it. Do not be afraid to get after it. Okay. In the trailer, this is another little tidbit. This is like forecasting and vision casting and things like this. In the trailer, above the toilet paper roll, I have the amount of money that I want to make per month. And I wrote the date of when I decided that I was going to make that amount. I'm not there yet, but I will be. And I literally see it every single time that I pee, which is quite a bit, right? So like every single time that you see that, where you can do it on your mirror, you can do it wherever it's just easiest for me, right above my toilet paper roll. And I look at that every single day and I see how long it's been since I wrote that, and I will not give up on that. So reminders, what is your why? And find that out tonight, because we've got 5 days left this month, 5 days left to really drive this home. And I'm willing to bet, you guys know that I always keep it real. If my numbers are low, all of your numbers are low too, right? So only if you're new and you're running and you're just like, you've already promoted this month, because I know some of you have, you guys are on fire. You're amazing. Keep that momentum going. Do not slow down. Keep going. Just because you've already promoted does not mean that you cannot double promote, does not mean that you cannot soar even more. But if you are fighting like I am, fight until the end, because I promise you it will be so worth it. The end of the month does not always look like this, but promotion months look like sweat and tears and no freaking showering and eating Doritos, because that's literally all I've eaten all day. No joke. Like I'm not saying to like starve yourself, and I'm not saying you have to be a crazy person like me. But what I'm saying is, if you have goals that you need to get to, what are you willing to sacrifice? Because for the first time all day, Huntley finally has gone to sleep and is feeling better. And now Brian gets to go to bed. Do you know what I mean? Like Brian gets to go to bed because he's going to take care of her tonight. And now I get to go to work. I had a little pity party for a second of like, oh, I wish I could work in the day. I wish I could go to sleep right now. I'm exhausted. I've been up since 4:30 with Huntley. But you know what? That's just pity parties. That's just like, that's not getting us where we want to be. That's not going to pay your bills. That's not going to keep your lights on. That's not going to pay off your debt. That's not going to keep me having this lifestyle that we have already created. So check yourself and ask yourself today, have you been doing everything in your power to get to where you need to be? And if you haven't, that's okay, because it's a fresh start. It's a fresh start for me, y'all. This day, wasted. Not really, because I got to snuggle with my baby girl all day, and it's exactly what I needed. But work-wise, it was wasted. It was wasted for my personal business, but I get to pour into you. And I think what that does for me, y'all know, is fires me up, because I'm looking at these chats and I'm seeing I'm pumped. You're lighting the fire. I'm freaking lit right now. Like, this is what I love to do. And this is why I started this business. And I not only do this business for Brian and Huntley and myself, but I also do it for all of you. And so I hope you guys know that, like, sometimes when I have to like kick you in the butt, it's really because I'm kicking myself in the butt. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, everything that I do here is because I've been feeling a certain way. And how I personally run my team is that if I'm feeling that way, I like to think that maybe somebody else on here might be feeling that same way. And so I want you to know, if you're 10,000 away from your promotion right now, you can do it. You know how I know? Because I'm personally 10,000 in volume away from where I need to be. And that is freaking scary. And it makes me want to throw up. But I seriously, 100% have absolutely no doubt in my mind. And if you have a doubt in your mind, come to me. Go to your enroller, go to your best friend, or go to your hubby, whoever you need to, because you know who I cried to today? Brian. You know who I said, I don't know if I can do this to? Brian. You know who I said, what if we fail? What if I can't do this? And he looked at me and was like, you always do it. You always do it. Why are you scared now? He gave me all the validation that I needed. And if you don't have that, I'm here right now and I can give you that validation. I can tell you I've been in every single one of your shoes. I've been there, done that. I've fallen, I've rose, I've fallen, I've rose, I've stayed stagnant. I've been there. So I can help every single one of you in anything that you're going through right now. I am willing to bet you in your business that I have been there. And trust me when I say it is so worth it when you power through it. I wrote some notes because y'all know I just like talk, and then don't know if I actually said all the things that I wanted to say. So just a couple more things. These next 5 days, when you're going for a promotion, the number one thing that you still want to be making sure that you're doing is your self-development. I personally will put on my self-development while I'm doing a power hour, while I'm messaging. You know what I'm saying? Like I do them both at the same time, because in the next 5 days, as if I can be messaging, that's what I'm doing. There's no like, There's no like doing other things like following and things like that. For me personally, in the last 5 days of the month, I don't grow my network. I'm not telling you not to grow your network, but what I'm saying is I personally just follow up and message, follow up and message, follow up and message. And then on the first, I will be doing my 6 list like normal again. But there's sometimes for me where I have to focus on building those relationships and the ones that I've already got working with. So, sorry, I'm just trying to read the chats too. And yeah, you guys, I just like chugged keto coffee before I got on this. If you can't tell, I'm dripping in sweat. It's still 100 degrees out. Oh, credit card declines. Biggest deal in the world. That should be your first priority. That is such easy volume to just be washed away if you do not reach out to those credit card declines. I got to shout out Alexa today. She's got a team chat with her own team, and she told them all that if they don't go through their credit card declines, she's going to, because it's the truth. If you don't go through your credit card declines, we, as your leaders, we need that volume too, right? That's just the truth. We've got to go and find it. So if you're not willing to do it, it would be even better if you could be like, hey, didn't go through my credit card declines. All right, I'm on it, girl. I can do that for you. No, but I'm dead serious. Like, make sure that you guys go through those. You can get new credit cards like most of the time. In fact, this is a made up statistic by Rochelle herself, but I would say 90% of the time it is because they got a new card. Okay, so do not be afraid to reach out to them. The ones that don't respond to you is because they can't afford it or because their card actually, oh, there's a huge bug on me. Okay, it's because their card actually declined. They won't respond. That's fine. Leave it alone and move on. But my point is, it's the easiest volume to get back. Okay, so reach out to them. It's as simple as saying something like, actually I put it in the chat, but it's like, hey girl, your card declined. I just want to make sure you get your products. Did you maybe get a new card? Every single time, literally, people are like, oh my gosh, yes, I did. How can I change it? And I just grab it from them. It's easier for me to put it in. I just grab it from them and make sure that you rerun it, because they're going to update their card. And then you have to go back in through the orders and rerun that order. Okay. Otherwise, it's not just going to do it on its own. Is there an easy way to find CC declines? Yes, I will post it in our group on exactly how to get to the CC declines. What's that? I went up 93 BV this morning from a CC decline. Exactly. Downline order. Oh yeah, Alexa said it. Awesome. Thanks, Lex. Okay, let me just check my notes one more time. Following up, you guys, be in their inboxes every single day these next 5 days. Like literally, if you're fresh in their mind, like I sign the most LCs when I'm on fire and just excited to like follow up. Like it's the first thing that I do. Oh, power hour. Okay. Follow up with everybody I talked to yesterday. Oh, power hour. Okay. Follow up with everybody I talked to the day before. Like when you are in their inboxes frequently every single day, even if they're leaving you on red, what it's doing is it's fresh in their mind. It's fresh in their mind and they're like, dang, this girl is so passionate. She's so excited. Like she can help me. I want to do this with her. Oh, another thing that you can do if you're pushing for volume or another promotion is to run a contest for all of your distributors. So maybe you can do like a $25 Starbucks gift card or $25, Ulta gift card or whatever, $25 cash. And anybody who places an order gets entered into that drawing. And I think B just turned off the light on me. Sorry, it's okay. But anyways, so the other thing is I put big, don't really big, but I put big. What I mean by that is when you're going back through all of your follow-ups and let's say you're going for a $10,000 bonus. Let's say you're going for just a regular promotion. You are going for the biggest promotion of your life. If you are, what did I say? Would you be willing to place an order this month to help my family pay off our credit card? Or would you be willing to place an order this month to help my family put a down payment on a house? Whatever your why is, tell them that. I know I've already touched on that, but make sure to tell them that, because people read that and maybe they were on the fence and they just were like in their own head, like, I don't know if I should spend the money. And then you say that to them and they're like, man, I really want to help this girl. And I've really been wanting to try this coffee. So, or whatever the product is. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to tell them about your big, huge goals. I have actually had distributors come back, or sorry, potential loyal customers come back to me and be like, I can't this month, but I'm actually really interested in what you do because you're able to do this. You're able to pay off your debt. Don't be afraid to get at them with, asking them for help. I think that's about it, guys. I just said quit playing small at the end because that is something that I personally feel like I was doing. Yet this month has been so huge for me. And I think that is the number one thing that I have to remember too. And that's the first thing that B said to me today when I was feeling down and upset is he's like, look at what you've done this month. Look at how big of a month this was for you and start to realize like how extraordinary you are and how great at this business you are and how exceptional you are as a leader and all of these things. That it's funny because as a red, you guys, I don't feed off of compliments. I don't need compliments. I don't give them. Y'all know if you're on my team, it's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't want to give you compliments. It is literally not in my DNA, which is so wrong. And I try so hard to make sure that I do that and make sure that I am going out of my way to let y'all know how much I appreciate you. I have to do the same thing for B. It was like the hardest thing in our relationship ever until we found out our personality types. When we literally read it and he was like, it's not that you don't like care about me. It's that it's literally not bred in you. Like I don't need compliments, nor do I give them. It's just not who I am. But because I know that about myself, I have been really good about trying to be better about that in all aspects of my life. So my point is, recently I've noticed that my color personality might be changing a little bit. I did a call with Alyssa Bilyeu, who is like my idol. You guys, when I first started this business, I literally looked up to her. Like I looked at her page every single day. I loved her. I loved the way that she ran her social media account. I've always like fangirled over her. And when I got the chance to speak on stage with her, and I want you guys, I want this to be your goals. Like not to speak on stage. If it is, that's amazing. I didn't start this business to speak on stage, right? It fell into my lap and it was something that I was so honored to do. And I got to meet this woman that like literally was just like my idol. And then just the other night on the family call, she asked to interview me personally. You guys, when I got on the Zoom with her, I fully expected that there was going to be like 6 other girls that she was interviewing. And I'm like, oh, are the other girls getting on? Like, isn't this like a social media like training? And she's like, no, girl, like I'm just interviewing you. And I literally almost threw up because I was like, what in the world? This is not what I signed up for. This is not why I do this business. But here's what's funny. I get off this call and I don't know what happened, but I had a fire in me that I've never had in my entire life. And I had tears in my eyes. I looked at Brian and I said, that was my calling. Like whatever that was me speaking to people, speaking and inspiring people and getting the messages after that. That was my calling. And I finally figured out that even though public speaking scares me, and even though I sometimes fall short and I feel like I'm not the best leader and I've got a lot of work to do, I found something that literally relit my fire and my passion. And then the devil was like, swooped in today and was like, remember that high you were on? Yeah, just knocked your knees out from you. Now, what are you going to do with it? And I seriously feel like it's like game on. And I hope you guys are feeling the same way. I hope right now that this call has pumped you up. I hope that it has shown you that even when hard times come along, it doesn't have to define the rest of our month. I hope that you see that like when little glitches happen, like on the last day of this month, when everything is done and said, and it's 10 p.m. Well, it's 10 p.m. for us when everything resets. But my point is like when everything resets, I hope that you look back on the 25th today, right now, and go, what in the world was I afraid of? What was I scared of? Because I'm on top of the world, because I let myself do all of the work and put in all of the work, found my passion, truly put in the fire and got there. And I did it all on my own. And you guys just have to decide. It's one decision away. Okay. It's one decision away tonight. When you get off this call, you're going to write yourself a paycheck. You're going to sign it, and you're going to date it for the 15th of, what the heck month is it? July. Okay? For everything that you do in June, you're going to write a check for the July 15th. And I want you guys to sign it tonight. And then I want you to get to work. And I want you to be so excited and have so much passion behind what you are doing. And if you still need some pumping up, my inbox is open and we can talk, okay? Because I am just so fired up, so ready to do this with you guys. And I hope that this helps. So I don't want to keep you too much longer. I already talked for like 40 minutes. You guys, I am so sweaty. Like, it's like, you know, when you're like, I feel like I just jumped in the pool. I am that sweaty. Ugh. Anyways, I'm going to go inside in the AC and get some work done. So I'm going to stop the recording.